Ho ho ho. Let's take a look back at Treyarch's other Call of Duty. Well, the last Call of Duty establishment they put out, which is probably my favorite Call of Duty of the genre, which is World at War. World at War had one big flaw, and a lot of people hated it for it. But the flaw that it had wasn't nearly as bad as the flaw that Black Ops has. World at War was more of a submachine gun based game, but the fact is the machine guns and the rifles could hang with every one of the submachine guns very easily. You see me using a Thompson here. The big thing that most people jumped onto was the MP40 bandwagon, which was a gun for people that didn't play World at War that could have a extended magazine on it, which would give it 65 rounds. It would pretty much double the magazine, and it was a two-shot kill without stopping power. All the submachine guns were a two-shot kill with stopping power, but the MP40 was a two-shot without it. That, with a slow rate of fire in 65, made it a very, very, spray-friendly type submachine gun. Whereas the Thompson here, if you don't control your burst like I'm doing, you very easily run out of ammo, and it has a pretty slow reload for a submachine gun. But none of the submachine guns were really good at range. The MP40 being the beneficiary here. The MP40 would be a 3-shot at any range, but the fact is it had such high recoil that you could only pretty much 3-shot somebody that was very, very, very bad. Like if they had a Gewehr, you pretty much weren't going to win the gunfight in a long-range battle. And it pretty much gave every weapon a class. Like submachine guns were your running gun class. Machine guns were kind of the middle. They were good. They weren't good close, but they were good medium to long range. Whereas rifles were good medium to long range as well, but had less ammo. Like your standard Gewehr would have 10 rounds, where the DP28 had 40, or like the Type 99 had 30. Pretty much if you burst fire them, they would kill in pretty much the same aspect. And the submachine guns had less fall-off damage than the rifles, where it would take the Gewehr 4 or 5 shots to kill somebody. It would always be 2 with the light machine guns, and that kind of benefited them. So would you want more ammo with more recoil but no fall-off damage, or you want less recoil with less ammo but you had to be more precise? And if you engage the MP40 at medium to long range with like a machine gun or a Gewehr, they pretty much were in a losing situation. The only time that would be differentiate from that would be if they were basically giving the MP40 with stopping power was a one-shot to the head. So that was a problem in and of itself. I got a single mag MP40 right here. I'm my second set of dogs. But the fact is, the game had balance. The sniper rifles were very usable, but they had a lot more recoil than COD 4, and they also had a lot more sway in this game. Thus, it didn't stop quickscoping, but it made it harder to do, so it wasn't as big of a deal in this game. It's pretty much the perfect balance, in my opinion, was the World at War snipers. And the reason I keep going back to this game is it only had one problem, which was the MP40, which they could have easily remedied by just one little change, and this game would have been almost perfect. It had great map packs. It introduced the zombie feature, and it was set in World War II, probably my favorite game setting. I mean, a lot of people don't like World War II, but I just like it because it's historical value. And like, look at these maps. These maps are beautiful. It's not like something you see every day with like just a rundown Cuban village or something. It's nice exotic locations like a Japanese temple, and it just made you feel good. I mean, another thing that made you feel good about COD 4 and World at War combined was that the kill streaks. There was no auto lock on launchers, and a player that was doing bad was just going to do bad, because that helicopter was generally up there to stay unless you could hit it with an RPG or maybe a turret gun. And dogs were at 150 health, so generally if you couldn't aim, you couldn't kill them fast enough to get them off of you. But I just wanted to pretty much show my opinion why I like World at War better than Black Ops.